Hello, everyone. We are bringing another live to you to discuss our Luxury Short-Term Rental Summit. We're expecting a couple of people to just jump in and pop in and join us today. So just make sure everyone has their links, but I am back, baby, and I'm super, super excited to be here. So my name is Rachel. I am a luxury short-term rental operator out of the south of Atlanta, if we haven't yet met. So we are bringing you a summit, one that is like no other. It's a virtual summit, and we will be featuring, and get this, featuring 60 expert guests. But here's the catch. They only get 60 seconds to present their most actionable, juiciest bit of information from years and years of experience. And that's going to be condensed again down to 60 seconds. So super excited about that. This is really a nod to the fact that a lot of us, there's a lot of information pollution out there. We want the no fluff, actionable tips, tricks, right? To get you moving into the luxury short-term rental space. A lot of you have been wanting to start, right? But you're stuck. Well, where are you stuck? Why are you stuck? And so I am super, super excited to just tap into my Rolodex of individuals that I know are crushing it in the space, individuals that I know, love, and I trust, to impart upon you great, informative, educational information. And so as we wait on our summit guests, speakers to jump onto this live, and I've got multiple screens, and so I'm always like looking to the side. I want to go ahead and share my screen and share with you more about the summit, guys. All right, so to get there, you're going to go to the luxstrsummit.com. Again, that is luxstrsummit.com. And once you get there, you will land on this absolutely gorgeous landing page. And this is the industry's most powerful, fastest, and shortest short-term rental summit, the Luxury Short-Term Rental Summit online experience. We're going to have 60 guests, 60 expert guest speakers in the short-term rental space that have each only 60 seconds to provide you their most amazing piece of insight. They're going to condense years and years of information to give you information that will transform the way you move forward, okay? So my goal is for you to be an action taker. My goal is for you to grab this bite-sized piece of information and then move forward from there. That is my goal, okay? And so 60 seconds, you listen to the, connect with that piece of information that is going to be the next obvious step for you. You're going to take 60 seconds, consume that information, and then go and take action, right? Take action after you consume that bit of information. Okay, so I know a lot of you have a lot of questions. I get them all the time in our Facebook group. How do I get leads off of Airbnb? How do I position myself? What's the most profitable places to invest? Can I really make it work? Those who are worried about booking platforms that do not stand behind their damage claim. How do I protect myself if I'm going to go to direct booking? How can I be sure the property will be profitable? What if I have no clue how to design the luxury space on a budget, on a reasonable budget? Because you can have $1 million design without spending $1 million, okay? So super excited to bring to you all of my resources. As we wait for our guests to jump on, I thought I would just walk you through the summit page so that you can have an idea of what we have in store for you, okay? There is a slow way, right, to get this information, but there's also a fast way to get this information, because honestly, compressing the learning curve is how I was able to achieve what I was able to achieve in such a short amount of time. And what that means is you're in the same room. You're in the same room with individuals who are crushing it in whatever career or whatever business strategy that you're wanting to crush it, or whatever approach, right? If you're able to be in the same room, to grab the insights of those who have gone further than you, it may have taken them 10 years to get there, but if you're in that same room, you can get there much, much faster, whether it's 3 years or 2 years, right? And so I want you to be in that same room. That's the purpose of this summit, is to make sure you're in the room where all of this information is being divulged, okay? There is a fast way to get all of your questions answered so that you can jump over hurdles. And I love the way we outline this, and you can get you started with your profitable luxury short-term rental business. That is what I want for you. I want you to get started in your profitable luxury short-term rental business if this is something you have been wanting to do. I get messages in my inbox, I'm overthinking it, I'm overcomplicating it, I'm just afraid, you know? And the cautious individual has a right to be cautious, because guess what? You don't know what you don't know. But the beauty of it is that everything is figure outable. Everything is figure outable. And if you have the resources or access to the resource, or if you even know how you would get access to the resources, guess what happens, guys? It helps to build your confidence to know, you know what, no matter what happens, someone else has been through it already, and someone has solved it, or they have navigated a way to still win in this business model. So do not think that it's such a mystery. It's going to be beyond anything that you can do as an operator in the short-term rental space, because that's not the case, okay? It is not. That is not the case. Everything that you go through, whether it's real estate investing, whether it's real estate investing in the short-term rental space or syndication, whatever your approach is going to be, someone else has figured out how to do it, and guess what? How to crush it, okay? So when I have a question as an operator, when I bump against a stumbling block, when I meet a roadblock, guess what? I tap on the shoulders of giants. I tap on the shoulders of those who have gone before me, who have the knowledge, the strategies, the hacks, to lean on that information, to lean on any insight that they can share or that I can glean from them. And a lot of you are thinking to yourself, well, I don't know these people. I don't know anyone. Well, guess what? I would love to introduce you to my friends, these 60-second experts. So we have friends, we have companies, we have tools that I know and that I love to use that have made my life a whole lot better as I run my short-term rental business. So for those of you who say, well, I don't have a lot of friends, guess what? I would love for you to meet these 60-second experts. We have Alex. Alex is a respiratory therapist out of California. He's a luxury short-term rental investor who is transitioning into boutique hotels. Alex is absolutely amazing. He started off with long-term rentals. He did his first short-term rentals and realized, oh my goodness, this one short-term rental is blowing the entire long-term rental portfolio out of the water. And so he doubled down and he utilized a whole lot of unique, I will call them unique and, strategies really to really get it to the properties that he wanted to purchase. So he left no stones unturned. He leveraged second home loans. He leveraged debt service coverage ratio loans. He got into these properties. And I of course, full disclosure, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what kind of lending that you need to get into or what you should do to get into any type of deal. But I just want to emphasize to you that Alex, he really wanted to get into these properties. He really wanted to make an impact on his work-life balance. He wanted to focus on ways that he can continue to create revenue on the side, create a multi-six-figure business on the side. And I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. He loves what he does for a living. He's a respiratory therapist, not just for adults like me, right? For babies, come on, right? Come on. So he loves what he does, but if he wants to take a breather, if he wants to take, the edge off of the day-to-day, he now has that opportunity. And I initially connected with Alex because I had been sharing with my community that one of our properties generated $28,000 in its very first month of inception. And I felt a certain kind of way about it. I'm one of those kind of private people. I don't like talking about money. I've got all the taboo, weird stuff about money. And but I started to whisper it out there to different people to let them know, you need to get in this, you need to get in here because this is. And then I see Alex's post where he shared in one of our short-term rental specific Facebook groups, he shared his numbers for 2 properties. And he had 2 properties that generated $49,000. And when I saw that, I said to myself, okay, yes, this is not an anomaly. This is not a drill. I am not the only one that is experiencing this amount of success. And so I had Alex on, and he was able to share with, with our community how he leveraged his long-term properties. He leveraged a 401k. He leveraged different things to get his down payment to get these properties that, have paid him back over, a short period of time. And so all this to say is that these are not unique situations. These deals are really, really happening. And I'm super, super excited to bring each and every one of these individuals to you. And I am so proud to say that a lot of these folks in here are actually my friends. Some are actually representatives from organizations that we use ourselves, but they're the ones who are individuals, they're actually friends of mine, and I want to share my friends with you. And so I know I highlighted Alex. I won't have an opportunity to highlight everyone during this particular segment, but we have Amber here. Amber is from Price Labs. We have, oh, you see this, these two got swapped somehow. Our technology sometimes swaps the tech gremlins, but the host co-CEO is actually Annie Sloan, and you guys know Bill Faith from Building STR Wealth Community, and he had an amazing conference just the other day in Nashville. We have Avery Call from the Short Term Shop. We have Bart Sobeys rather. I don't know why I always pronounce Bart's last name incorrectly, from iBooked Online. So he's teaching on direct bookings. We have Brenna Carls from the Mortgage Shop. We have, and I'm just going over some of the companies with the software tools that we like to use, or service-based tools as well. We have Amir from Data Rabu. We have Jeff Alulian from Host GPO, Kelvin Ma from Rank Freeze. We have Kenny from STR Insights, Corinne from Breezeway. Let's see, Boostly, Mark Simpson. Let me see which other companies. Ola from Jadorla Decor. Stay5, which is another great tool to start to collect those emails in order for you to build your database, because we all realize that we cannot be over reliant on the OTAs, and the OTAs are your online travel agencies, such as Airbnb and Vrbo. All right, we have Sam Hoffner. He is from Turnover B&B. Okay, so another one of our go-to tools, Turnover B&B. So just wanted to share those individuals with you today. Let me take a look at the chat to see who holds with us. Oh my goodness. Hey there, Heather. How are you? I am so happy to see you. Oh my goodness. Someone just says, got my ticket. Yay. Yay. Super, super excited. So speaking of which, as we wait on Meron to jump on, let's share with you how to get your ticket. So if you go to luxstrsummit.com, and you should see the link in the chat. And thank you so much, Christian. Christian always, oh my goodness, she always does a phenomenal job. Christian, I appreciate you. She is a thinker. She thinks of what I need before I even know that I need it. So appreciate you. Okay, so the all access pass includes really 15-day access to all of the summit materials. Now, although the summit is going to be going on for about 5 days or so, you will have 15-day access to all of the summit materials, which is amazing. If you purchase the early bird ticket for $27, the all access pass, but if you purchase the early bird VIP, 6-month access, 6-month access. For those who are sitting in the back, 6-month access. So if you can swing the $87, I would highly recommend it, but do it before the sale ends. And some of you are thinking, okay, I'll go ahead and take care of it tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be busy. Take care of it now. Buy my ticket now. Okay, so once you click on the buy my ticket now, you'll just be redirected to this page here, and then you pay for it and you're good to go. If you have any issues purchasing your ticket, please email hello@shorttermgems.com, hello@shorttermgems.com, and we will get our tech team to help support you and make sure that you are A-okay. Okay. All right. So let's just go back a little bit and talk about the two different passes. The all access pass, guys, will give you access to all 60-second expert presentations. If you can make it live to some of the events, that's awesome. If you cannot, that is okay. We will have recordings during the summit time period. Okay. The all access to all 60-second expert presentations covering topics such as money, marketing management, and design inspiration. The all access pass includes entry to 2 live keynote sessions hosted by me. So you're going to gain insight. We're going to be talking about future pacing. We're going to be talking about the top cities with the highest profitability. I hear everyone talking about saturation versus inflation, all of the things, right? I'm going to cough a little bit, but really saturation is a scientific term. And what that means is there is an increase in the product volume versus a decrease in the value. So if we have a whole lot more properties and the average daily rates are way lower, yeah, that can indicate saturation. But a lot of these markets where people are saying it's saturated, well, there's an increase in volume, and then there's a slight increase in the average daily rate as well. Okay, and that's not for all markets, but for a lot of them. So understand the definition of saturation. What we're seeing in some markets is not necessarily saturation, but demand. Okay, and there's a big difference between saturation and demand. So if there's a high demand, yes, so we're going to produce more of that product to meet that demand. All right, so we're going to have an hour-long mixer with all attendees. You all get to meet up, connect virtually. So super, super, super excited about that. And again, 15-day access to all summit materials, 15-day access to all summit materials. And I'm looking at this, actually, this looks, let me go ahead and do this before I forget. Okay, all right, so with that being said, guys, let's talk about the VIP ticket, because I want you to understand the difference between the two. Let's compare and contrast with the VIP ticket. The VIP ticket has everything that the All Access Pass has, plus, you ready for it? You get my quick cash flow calculator. My quick cash flow calculator, okay? My private networking session with the 60-second experts. Private networking session with the 60-second experts. And that is going to be hosted on July the 13th, and you will receive an invite via your email, okay? So super, super excited about that. And then of course, you're going to get more time with the content. So instead of 15-day access, you are going to get 6-month access. Okay, so super, super stoked about that. So if you have any questions right now, and I'm sending something over to my team, guys, we're doing like a work lunch meeting here. All right, and so with that, let me go ahead and see who may or may not be in the waiting room. Oh, Christian, she says, you are always welcome, ma'am. Oh, Christian, I so appreciate you. All right, so let's continue on. I know that in just a moment, we're going to have Meron Gashu. She will be joining us in just a moment. So Meron, what I love about Meron is, oh my goodness, she's such a well-read, well-spoken woman, crushing it in the STR space. She herself has had some, career transitions, and she's focused primarily in the real estate STR space, as well as in event planning. She's got an event coming up at the end of July as well. So I'm super excited for that. Meron was an accountant by training, and she is retired from accounting, and she's fully focused on, let's see, okay. So the team, she's fully focused on real estate related activity, as well as creating real estate related gatherings, events. And so super, super excited about that. So I'm going to allow a minute. Give me one moment. I'm going to go on mute because I have pure pandemonium right now in the house. Everyone's home for the summer. So you guys are getting to see what that sounds like for me. And then I'm going to check in to see if Meron is able to join us. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, so she hasn't joined the Zoom yet. Okay, so with all of that being said, I will wait. We'll wait on Meron, but let's go ahead and talk about some of the additional speakers. So again, I am introducing you guys again to some of my friends in the community. So going from across the top, we have Alicia Carter. Oh my goodness. Alicia has the sweetest portfolio of remote cabins in New Mexico, guys. And she's going to be talking to us about leveraging social media tools like Instagram as you are documenting the process of your short-term rental to really make it pop, make it stand out, make it so that others can experience it with you. Then you kind of form that FOMO a little bit, and then your guests are going to seek you out. They're going to know you for the name of that property or for the name of your brand. Branding is going to become more and more important as we continue to navigate this space of short-term rentals. Next, again, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I had the good pleasure of meeting Amber. She is one of the representatives from Price Labs, so super excited to have her with us. And then Amanda Hahn. Amanda is one of the tax strategists for Brandon Turner from Bigger Pockets. She is an amazing, amazing, thoughtful tax strategist. And what I love about her is she really understands the power of STRs and what they can do for you. So if you're a higher income earner and you have an STR, it could really help you to offset some of those taxes. So why not leverage a tax strategist who knows what they're doing, right? And so definitely Amanda Hahn, she is amazing in this space. She has a lot of great resources. As far as I know, she's not accepting clients right now, but like I said, she's the tax strategist from Brandon Turner from Bigger Pockets. So I'm trying to bring you all the best. And speaking of the best, Meron is here. Meron, yay!
Hey.
Hey there, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. Thank you.
Awesome. So I can hear you, but I can't see you yet. Oh,
There.
there you are. So super, super excited. You're so beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I was just telling everyone about this powerhouse woman a little bit earlier named Meron, who former accountant and now tax strategist. Look, let me get my coffee. Former accountant and now real estate mogul. And I said you transitioned, primarily in the real estate space. You provide resources specifically for STR, and you also create event experiences that are real estate related. So talk about transitioning from one line of work to doing something that's a little fun and sassy. And I love that, Meron, because not only can we tap in with you on, that whole short-term rental, let's locate our property expert. How do we get prepared to receive a property and to get that yes? But that life transition, we have a lot of physicians, a lot of medical professionals who feel like, I need to maybe take a breather and do something else. And so there's power that comes with stepping away from a very high profile role like an accountant, or, a physician, and just venturing out and trying to do something that you think you would love. So kudos to you, Meron. I mean, we all admire that. I'll just go ahead and let you unmute and just introduce yourself and take us away.
Okay. Awesome. And sorry, my voice is going in and out, so hopefully we'll be good here. But it kind of started, I've had my license since 2018. I've always loved real estate, even as an accountant and working. There was just a passion for it. So I just never had the time to fully go out and explore. And then, of course, COVID happened. I was probably the only person grateful for my freedom at that time, because I got laid off, and I just knew this is the one time that, when you're working in corporate, you don't really want to take a gap or have this huge gap on your resume, because you're trying to climb up that corporate ladder. So I always felt like I never had time to really figure out who I am. Just got a degree and making good money, and it's the same thing every single day, day in and day out. So when that happened, I just told myself, I've got to pause in life and figure out, what do I do? Who am I? What do I love to do? What makes me happy? I know I love to travel, and so I said, I'm going to venture off into real estate. And I've had friends and people that did short-term rentals. So my exposure came from, hey, do you need a bookkeeper? Just passive income, just something and then I saw the numbers on the back end and I was like, oh my God, what is this? So that was my entry into short-term rentals. Is I went the co-hosting method with a person I was doing their bookkeeping and accounting for. So we scaled that. And I mean, we've got 10 here, but it's very passive. I'm just brought the capital and they run the business. But, and then since then, I thankfully for Clubhouse, it was an opportunity to meet a ton of people. And so at that point, I said, I'm going to network so I can learn what else people do in this world and figure out what I love. So, I tapped into, a lot of different industries in the real estate space, but short-term rentals was just the one that captured my heart. It's, very easy barrier to entry, not a lot of capital needed. It's just, you can get really creative. You can do it with the full time. And so my mission was, I want to help as many people learn about this, and then also, step in and take advantage of it, without having to be licensed or having to have a ton of experience. And so I focused my attention on that. Noble took me under his wing. So it's been a while, but he's been my number one, supporter and mentor. So from there, I honed in on the locating, because we can buy all of the courses and we can have the network and the community and learn everything about STRs, but you really can't apply any of that until you have a unit. And I noticed that that's where most people get hung up on, is finding properties, and then you can apply everything you've learned. So I like it. I'm a hunter. I did headhunting as a recruiter, so I love to search and everything. So yeah, that brings me to where I'm at today.
I love that, Meron, because if I look at you from a holistic perspective, it's almost like nothing is lost, right? So the headhunter, it comes in, and that's how life is, right? You never know what skills are going to be the one that you're going to need later on in life. And I think that is just absolutely incredible. One thing that you said, and I've heard this from a few others, including my own accountant, is when you saw the numbers on the back end, you're like, what's this secret everyone's been keeping? Like, what in the world? So whenever I hear that, that just tickles me. It's like, yeah, I've been trying to tell people. Like, how do you tell them? But when you have someone who's doing the books, is seeing it objectively, these numbers look a bit ridiculous compared to the other investing strategies. I mean, what were you thinking? Can we talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking I'm making progress. I'm working up, putting in 40 full hours, waiting on the next promotion. Or then I kind of got into the recruiting space, high level finance and accounting professionals, so great pay there, but the hours that you put in, the time, the scheduling. So all the labor that I had to put in to get to where I was. And here I am thinking that, my friend from high school's just not failing in life, but oh, are you okay there? Well, you've got your degree, because I'm so focused on, you go to school, you get your degree, you make a living. And so I'm like, how are you living? How are you maintaining this lifestyle? What's happening? And then I saw the books, and it was almost, how people read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and the light goes off, and it's like, I'm working for my money. I need my money working for me. And so it was just like, you probably work 5 hours and you're traveling, and you put in a little bit, and you get 10x return. And for me, it was opposite in corporate. I'm I'm putting in a lot and getting not as much. So something just went off, and I was like, and then, after I was exposed to that, I'm a people person. I love to network. I love to, that just brings me joy. However I can help, I give. So then that's kind of how the event thing came on. It's so many people that I've met on Clubhouse have so much information, and people, they just need to get it to the right people. And I know that the audience is there for it. They just don't know how to connect with, the experienced. So, because I was in the audience at one point, and I volunteered just to get in the room. And that's totally flipped my world. So my mission's always, how can I help how can I bridge that gap? So the event is from that, but yeah, I mean, the numbers are awesome. The freedom it provides, the lifestyle it can provide, the uncapped, potential that there is. It's just all amazing. So.
But what about the fact that you went to school for all these years? I went to college for all these years. And it's seriously. And the only way, when I first graduated, Meron, and we were under crushing amount of debt, $500,000 in student loan debt. For those sitting in the back, I'm going to say it again, $500,000 in student loan debt. And the only way I knew to get out from it, realistically, there are programs here, programs there, and those are I call those myths, right?
Yeah.
The only way to get out from it, and doctors, if you're listening right now, is to pick up some more moonlight shifts, right? So
Yep.
not only am I working for my money, I'm working more and more. And you only have 24 hours a day and you're working 14-hour days. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
And
Then
so
you
how
look
do I
back
want to make
and
more money? I'm going to have to work some more.
yeah,
I'm going to work some more. And that's all. I'm a little girl from Haiti. That's all I was taught. Education,
yeah,
education. And now you're a fancy doctor, you're a fancy accountant. You know, people, there's no like forgiving. People are, you're living the life. And you're like,
I'm really not.
I'm really not.
Not
Like,
the life I want. Yeah. And then you look back and you're like, man, it's been like 10 years and not, not that progress hasn't been made, but like I did not want to see myself at a desk crunching numbers for like that's not what when it was just reality hit. And I don't want to be 65 and look back and say, where did all that time go? And like, oh, now let's explore. I'm like, why when I can do it now? Or I've got to figure out a way that I can do it now. And it was tough. I had to convince my mom, and even my daughter, like, I know I can go back into accounting, but I'm not going to, but just give me some time because I know what I'm great at. It was a mind definitely, even now it's still, transitioning from a corporate mindset to where you work and then you get paid to an entrepreneur where you need to ask for payment first and then you work, otherwise you're going to be working for free. Like I had to learn that the hard way too. It was a total shift in mindset. So it's still a work in progress because I've just been
it is.
conditioned
We
to,
weren't ready for it. We weren't
yeah,
trained for that, right? Yeah.
right. So,
I love it. But what I want to highlight again, Meron, you said you did, the people, your support system, your family, you said, give me this little, let me try to figure this out because you have found that you can actually say no to the things that drain you and yes to the things that light you up. And you were starting to see this lights me up. This right
yeah.
here lights me up. And is that not living? Right?
That's living. That's what's kept my friends and supporters around me because what I realized is like life is about being happy. For me, it is at least. I'm a better parent. I'm a better sister. I'm a better best friend. I take the energy that I get by being happy and put it into others.
But
So
when
it's
you're
less
stressed
about,
out, what happens? Everyone
yeah,
gets a piece of that too. Let's be
yeah.
realistic.
Yeah, you've got to keep your energy good, your network good, and you don't have to go into environments where you have to put up with things because you need to get paid. Now it's like, hold on,
Mhm.
I got to protect my mind. And it's crazy because, when you think that way and you live that way, and I know people say it all the time, like the universe just gives back. So now with looking back at so many opportunities and things that I'm like, I don't know if I have the time, but I would love to. But it's the abundance has like been returned 10x on top of me being completely happy and at peace and just being a butterfly. But that transitions to my family and friends. And I'm like, I'd never exchange this for any dollar amount because it's a different type of living, right? It's you're actually living, like you said, you're not existing, you're actually living. and
Ooh, and
so,
and I kid you not, that's what a lot of the members of our community want,
yeah,
That's what they want. And I'm talking about some of them, I remember, they would be driving to work crying in their coffee every morning. And I'm like, yeah, and I was one of them. And then when I got out and I'm like, this is not okay, guys, this is not okay. There's another way,
yeah,
but it's too risky, but it's too scary, but I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I don't know. You're right. You don't know what you don't know. And so that's why I want to introduce you to my 60 friends. There's
um,
60 experts in short-term rentals in some way, shape, or form. You're going to get the answer to the questions that you have, guys, or you're going to at least make a connection to someone that later on, you're not going to need all of these experts today. You may not be working on tax strategy right now, but later on, when you think, tax strategy, wasn't there an ebook at that summit where Amanda Hahn was talking about tax strategy? Let me get that. So some things you'll need today, some things you'll need 6 months from now. I just want to introduce you to my friends, to the resources that are the top creme de la creme, high quality in this space so that you can have an idea of who to go to when your questions arise. So if you haven't purchased your ticket, what in the world are you doing? Because, I had John Ann on a little bit earlier, and he's really numbers oriented and a revenue manager. And so I said, John, so what do you think about the $27 price point? He goes, that's less than 50 cents per expert.
And your network is everything. And it doesn't matter if
Tell
it's
me
in
about that,
person.
Meron.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's in person or virtual. I literally spent the last year and a half rebuilding my network because once you understand, once you change or add who you have in your network, then when life brings you what it may, the goal is who can I go to that has experience in this or that. I don't need to know it. I don't need to have everything or be the sole person, which is how I used to think. I'm like, no, if I know enough people, then whatever life may bring, you always keep an open mind. So you are always open to opportunities. But it's all about having the right people in your circle. So with the 60 different speakers, you've covered a lot of different topics. So I think it's amazing. Price point, you pay a couple $100s, couple $1,000 just to go and meet, 10, 20, 30 speakers at one event. And here you get them, online, lots of content. We gave you the best of the best in our pitch. So it's like accelerated that path, exponentially. So I think it's awesome.
I do too. I'm so excited. And we have someone in the audience. Facebook user, if you wouldn't mind, please updating your profile by going to chat.restream.io/Facebook. And Christian, she went ahead and tagged it there because I want to see who it is that I'm speaking to because I want to interact with you. I'm so grateful that you're here with us today. And so, Meron, oh my goodness, I think that could be a whole masterclass on navigating your network, identifying your network, beefing up your network. So thank you for, okay, Storm, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So Storm says she gave her full permission, but for some reason it's not letting me see your name, man, but I'm so glad to see you, girl. Oh, super excited. So no, your network is everything. And Storm is another one in the network who is just crushing it in the STR space and who also has such a big, generous heart as well. So I absolutely love it. So Meron, thank you for being here with us today. I know you have to jump on your other calls and so do I. I just appreciate it because like we said earlier, Meron only is going to get 60 seconds to impart her experience and share with us, the next best step for your STR. So this is your opportunity to get to know a little bit about her background, a little bit about who she is, because like I told everyone, this ain't no long 3-hour Clubhouse intro. Okay, there's none of that here.
Straight to the point.
Right, straight to the
value added ASAP.
Every second counts. So I absolutely love it. Again, Meron, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. And guys, grab your ticket. luxstrsummit.com is where you're going to get that. And see you soon. Bye for now.
Awesome. Thank you.